family. Shalawam, shalawam. Shalawam, shalawam. Alrighty, family. Shalawam. Back at it again with another exhortation through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Wa Wadash, giving all glory, all honor, and all praises unto the Most High Heavenly Father for this very moment. I want to say Barakatham to all of those who are being diligent inside this truth, starting from the elders on down to the youth, those who are doing the best that they can when it comes down to keeping the commandments of the Most High Heavenly Fathers, as well as carrying on the faith of the Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, who is the Malak. And as we always like to make it known, hey man, it's all about the kingdom. So, you know, y'all got the title of this video. It's THAWADAH WA SHALAWAM, saying thank you and peace be upon you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I learned, you know, not every situation inside our lives are meant to go headstrong in. A lot of our situations, you know, are due to where the Spirit of the Lord, you know what I'm saying, is trying to help us to gain understanding, you know, in things. I'm gonna just put it like that. And shalom to you, Ak. Shalom to you, Elijah. Shalom to you, Ak. And I'm glad you're on here too. I'm glad you're on here. So the main part, you know, on this, you know, of myself speaking about, you know, just as I said, the title of the video is THAWADAH WA SHALAWAM. THAWADAH WA SHALAWAM. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, a lot of times when we have certain circumstances being set up against us, or, you know, things that may be of opposition, you know, people's opinions and different things like that, you know, in those matters. And sometimes it can frustrate us because it's like, yo, I got the truth and this and that and the third. And it's like, it can force you in a place of defending yourself. And because you like, you know, my name, like, you know what I'm saying? And who I am and what I stand for and what, you know, I have myself to be built on, you know what I mean? When it comes down to, you know, this faith and everything that is all dealing with the matters of integrity, you know, as a man, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, these things, you know, as time goes on, you know, we can have certain things that can affect us. But for the most part, and where I stand at in this video, you know, you know, just clearing the smoke in the atmosphere. I'm saying clearing the smoke out of the atmosphere. And, you know, and I mean peace. You know what I'm saying? I really want to say thank you and peace be upon y'all. You know what I'm saying? But just clearing the smoke out of the atmosphere. Because, you know, where I'm from, we usually state real, recognize real. And, you know what I mean, spirit peeps spirit. And, you know, where I come from, they like, listen, if you ain't hear from the horse's mouth, you know what I'm saying, you don't go by it. But, you know, for the most part, you know, in this video, you know, who I'm directing this message to is to the brothers, a spiritual life lesson that the brothers from Fort Worth. You know, I watched a video, you know, I was led to watch the video. And, you know, deep down inside, it would be, you know, being like, oh, get upset, get angry. You know what I'm saying? But deep down inside, I'm like, I'm not going to be angry. You know, I'm not going to be upset. You know what I'm saying? And my reasons for that is because, you know, the main thing is that, you know, I just want to clear up, you know, and make things known. You know, the whole situation, you know, when it came down to Nariah, if you brothers really wanted to know, y'all could have called me up personally. You know what I'm saying? That's for one. For two, you know, because it's not a blame game or nothing like that at all. They could have, you know, came to me and just talked to me. That's all. Ain't nothing that big. For two, you know, I already talked to the brother Ananiah. You know what I'm saying? I talked to him to make things known to him what was what. And he know like I know, and he like, oh, now he see what the picture is primarily about. because he was like, what was given to him, and he started to think differently of me, where he was seeing things from one angle. You know what I mean? So now that he got the whole picture, and it's like, you know what I mean? He's like, damn, like he didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? And I got proof for everything. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. But the thing is that, you know, on that note, I already talked to the brothers, you know, Ananiah, and even the first time it was with the brother Awar, I talked to him on that too, you know, first. You know what I'm saying? That was the first time when it came down to something, you know, in between us. And we, you know, just, I say it was petty stuff, you know what I'm saying? But to the most part, you know, I'm a man, his brother is a man. You know, I just don't move the way he moves. So I'm not going to have hatred to be built up on my heart, you know, towards a brother. You know what I'm saying? So I know how to be at peace with a brother, even if we're not seeing eye to eye with something at a moment. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's where I stood at and things. And I don't force nothing, if y'all know where I'm coming from on that. And, you know, ultimately, you know, just within all of this too, right? Already, I'm just trying to go down the checklist. I already talked to Ananiah and Awar about, you know, the things with me and the riot. That's already going. That's long going. But the videos, okay, and this is something for y'all to peep and see. You know what I'm saying? Because when I watched your video, you know, the brothers there came out and they had stated, you know, they said my name, they said, you know, other brothers' names, different things like that. You know, if y'all say that I'm wicked or any other brothers are wicked or whatever y'all have, that's your opinion. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm going to make known, because I broke bread with you brothers during Passover, I'm not going to talk about you brothers. I'm not going to say anything on what is of an opinion or what I think about you brothers. I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? You know, and regardless of what can be of what I may think in my mind or what another brother may think in their mind about you or whatever else, me or anybody else that I do know, hands clean. I don't have it within myself to even speak up against you brothers. Like I broke bread with you brothers. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, there were some things that I stand on as a man out of integrity to make known amongst you brothers. And though y'all spoke of me, but that's cool. I mean, I let go and I let God. I mean, that's how I move. And for the most part, you know, if y'all want to say on that one video, and that y'all did testify to, y'all stated on there that I'm bearing false witness by saying brothers was rejoicing over the brother Daniel's death. I never stated that. I never stated that. I even personally went back into the video to make sure, you know what I'm saying, what was being said, like what could have been the possibilities of them thinking like this or like that. You know what I'm saying? I even went back into the video and just listened to it. And it just was coming to me like the whole message was dealing with defending the ministry. Because if you look at what has took place after the whole Sakari thing, you know what I'm saying, and what has been going on around, if you even look at it from the first video that was put out on the behalf of us for the ministry, it was all in place, and it ain't so much about the views, but it was all in place of motivating brothers to stay firm, stay diligent, and you know, and so forth, and doing what they got to do as far as like, you know, this had to happen like this in order for this and that and the third to happen. You see what I'm saying? The other video with the Daniela thing, because you got to think also when it came down to the brothers, or you know, that's of GMS. You got the flock amongst GMS. You got the flock amongst Sakari. You got the flock amongst all these different camps, and you got the flock who are not even in these camps, but they have an eye for the camps. You see what I'm saying? Because they're learning off of them, right? So just hear me out. Just stepping on the scene, right? And actually perceiving these things and thinking things through, right? It's like, well, damn, when I spoke, it was on a level as in like, y'all may think in y'all minds that we are the type of people that's going to be rejoicing over brothers, this brother. Notice that I ain't say a bad batch. I didn't say no other names, but I'm truly, because I do this because of what the Lord brings to me and what to do. You see what I'm saying? And when I spoke from a place out of brotherly love. I spoke from a place as in like, yo, this is of the Lord's will. And I also spoke from a place as in like, well, if you perceive this and you see this, none of us are in this estate. So making it known, like if anybody laid this to heart, right? Or if they had that on heart, you know what I'm saying? Take this into thought. You see what I'm saying? But for the most part, shown forth unto those who are connected, you know what I'm saying, who are of the tabernacle of David, you know what I'm saying, and them being able to see like, yo, these guys don't move like this, these guys don't move like that. And I genuinely spoke from a place that's me, like, you see what I'm saying, you dig me? So I'm not coming out to be like, oh, I'm going to rejoice over what happened to this brother. You see what I'm saying? And not only just that, but you know, ultimately, and where I stand at is that being at peace, you know, within myself, and being at peace with anybody else, you know what I'm saying, that are around, you know what I'm saying, around me, connected to me, however way it is, you know what I'm saying, because everything happens for a reason. But for the most part, you know what I mean, just making this known, even in that video, you know what I'm saying, I never stated that y'all or anybody in ministers of the new covenant, never said no names, no nothing. Didn't even say, yeah, because you got those who are ministers of the new covenant that I do know, and they rejoicing off of this brother's death, and that's not cool. I never stated nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's all along, that's bearing false witness. You know what I'm saying? So when you brothers say that I was bearing false witness, you know what I'm saying, that's not cool. Because, and though, you know what I'm saying, I forgive y'all, and this all right, you know what I'm saying, y'all maybe y'all didn't see the whole video to really like take it in, because y'all got first value with me as a brother, like how I am, how I move. I ain't coming with no malicious intents. You see what I'm saying? And not only just that, but you know, for the most part, you know, when it comes down to talking on the phone, we don't even talk on the phone to even further these things. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, overall, you know what I mean, where I'm standing at and all this, it's like, just think about it. You know, just really, really like think about this. When you even go back onto the video and see it. You know what I'm saying? I never said any of y'all names. Nobody names. And I don't believe that y'all was. You see what I'm saying? So for y'all to say that, it's like, you know what I mean? Like I said, I forgive y'all. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? And then the other video where it's where Ananias and the War talking about the whole marijuana thing. Now, if you watch that video, right? It was like killing two birds with one stone in a sense, such as me thinking ministry sake, right? We know that we got people who are out here who still smoke weed. Some people do certain things. We understand that. But to make it like it's cool, I'm not for that. Like it's okay, I'm not for that. So me speaking on that, because everybody was speaking how we all smoking dope. people making videos, even when it came down to Maccabees. Maccabees don't even smoke no more. But the one guy had came out, who was of GMS, came out and literally stated, now remind you, you could still got the tabernacle of David amongst these guys. You know what I'm saying? This is ministry. And you have, you know what I'm saying, these you got the how can I say it? Salaki, because I'm inside this traffic. You got the tabernacle of David amongst different camps. You see what I'm saying? So you just got to be mindful. So, you know, it's just like when brothers be like, oh, just, you know, make sure, you know, your head is not covered, you know, for ministry's sake, and oh, you know, this and that and the third for ministry's sake. You see what I'm saying? Which I have no problem. In a war from Mississippi, he know that. You know what I'm saying? He talked to me about something before, and because something was brought to his attention. And I immediately made it within myself out of ministry's sake to make change in that. You see what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Long story short, you know, just within the video, I just stated I don't agree to that. So that can be cut down. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree to, you know, smoking marijuana. And what did I say? I have my own personal reasons on it. And in that video, I broke down why. I gave like a testimony or overcoming it, because that was something that was like a struggle to me, but I overcame it, okay? And then broke down what helped me along my way, that gave me understanding. You see what I'm saying? And through that, that's what got me to acknowledge how the Lord is my strength, how I can do all things through Hamashiach that strengthens me. You see what I'm saying? And that's all a part of that process and growing in that oneness in the Lord. You see what I'm saying? And many know me. It's like plenty of things that I talk about, that I expose about myself. But for the most part, it's for ministry's sake, because there's always somebody else that goes through, that may be possibly going through what you can be going through in that day, and they may need to hear how you're able to deal with it, how you're able to overcome it, how you see what I'm saying? And these things are real. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, which helps them to connect more to the word, because they're seeing how your lifestyle is and how you connect with the word. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, so just with that alone, and this is why if y'all go in the video, on the video I'm talking about why I don't agree to smoking weed, right? I made it as in why I don't agree to it, and back up my claims on why I don't agree to it. I never said anything as far as like Ananiah's name or War's name, calling them wicked, calling them this, calling them that, calling them out their names, this and that and the third and so forth. You see what I'm saying? And look at that, I'm looking at 777 right now. Real talk. Real talk. And not only just that, but if you really look at this, right, even in the video, that's why I say on there, read the description, read in the description box below the video, so you can understand the video. You see what I'm saying? Even I got little things that's in there in the video that's saying, listen closely. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, if you know by being around me what type of person I am, you should know what type of speech I'm delivering. You see what I'm saying? And this ain't for likes and comments and views and all of this other stuff. This is not for that at all. You see what I'm saying? This is to clear the smoke out of the atmosphere. You understand what I'm saying? And another thing too, you know what I'm saying, is when you go into the video, you'll see where I stated about the guys who was talking about me, Kwam, Shalomah, and all the ministers of the new covenant. It's on the video, stating to them, how can y'all even, and they have it within themselves to be affiliated with GMS. So it's like, how can you say to yourselves, about this and that and the third when it comes down to Anaya and the war speaking about the marijuana and want to speak like, oh, these niggas wicked, this and that and the third, and blah, 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 blah. It's on the video. Just watch it. That's why the scriptures say, blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first, then rebuke. So when you look at that, right, these guys was speaking up against the ministers of the new covenant, and they did something that lines up to IUIC and IS, you know what I'm saying, ISUPK and what they do, right? But what they did, they try to sweep it under the rug and thought that nobody, like the Lord wasn't seeing everything. You see what I'm saying? And the Lord led me to get that information and all of what they had done. You see what I'm saying? And when they try to sweep it under the rug, it was kind of like one of the moments when Nathan had approached David and said, you thought that the Lord didn't see what y'all done? Or you thought the Lord didn't see what y'all did? You see what I'm saying? It was like one of those type of vibes. You see what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Overall, if you see it, it's on a level as in like, yo, this person is doing this and doing that. And this person said this and said that, right? And they're talking crap, right? But it's not even nearly compared to what they had done. You see? They jumped a Jake. You see what I'm saying? And then try to sweep it under the rug. A month goes past. Nothing being mentioned about it. But the moment that the video comes out, then they want to talk about it. Like, oh, we going to have the video out before Quan plays the video, so we going to make it known to everybody. We already repented about that. If you publicly done something, right? Why can't you publicly make that announcement known unto your viewers? Like, keep it real. You see what I'm saying? Because the Lord sees everything. In the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 14, how we will be judged. We will be judged, right? We will be judged for everything, right? Whether it's good or whether it is evil, we will be judged for it, for every work. You see? So I'm at peace with the situation because I mean well. You know what I'm saying? And you know, when and I learned something, like when it comes down to ministry, we got to be in with the mindset of becoming blameless. It's not to be contentious, it's to be blameless. And you know, overall, I mean, you brothers, y'all spoke of me, y'all said things about me. It's fine with me. You know what I mean? There's no love lost on my end with y'all. I don't hate you brothers, even though y'all say what y'all said. I'm not saying that to get cool points. I really, really mean that. I'm saying that's real talk. I really mean that. You feel me? So, you know what I mean? That's primarily where I stand at in it. You know, because when I saw the Fort Worth brothers video, and it's just like, come on. You know, the whole smoking weed thing. Come on, man. And then I know Ananias, when he had it on the video, when he stated on there, and it's on the live chat comment board, he said that he don't smoke weed. I didn't say that you smoke weed. I didn't say that you smoke weed. But if you had it like I have said it, you know what I'm saying? To me personally, it's like I'm not stating that towards you. And if you felt any type of way about it, then hey, that's something that's up, you know, with you and the Lord. But I can go on my end and be like, you know, I have no problem being like, if I did say anything like that, you know what I'm saying, you know, and you don't do it, I apologize about that. But I didn't, you know what I'm saying? So I can't, you know what I mean, go with that. So the main point is that, you know, I just want to solidify things in you know, in speech, where brothers and sisters, Akim and Akwathium, they can see me on video and they can hear the speech. They can hear it from how they say, hear it from the horse's mouth, that type of vibe. And like I said, you know what I mean? Look, I got put out the group because of that. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I still got to do what Yahweh Shem Yahushua is requiring for me to do. And that's going to always be ministering what I do minister. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to stand for truth and truth in itself. Because it's not about, I learned all things are lawful, but not everything is expedient. And you got some people today that want to stop doing something. So even with this person here, right? You got, and you may be dealing with them directly. You got to think about all the people who are watching you, who have not came forward, you know what I'm saying? As far as them, you know, they haven't made themselves known. You know what I mean? Because they are dealing with some things internally. You know what I'm saying? There's a struggle. There's a battle going on. You know what I'm saying? And they're looking for something that they can cleave onto that's going to help them to overcome, where they can follow after the footsteps of the mediator. Because come on, we know Yahweh Shah wasn't smoking no weed. You know what I'm saying? But we do know that he did drink. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the Pharisees and all of them, they called them a wine bobbler. You see what I'm saying? They was trying to say he's with demons, different things like that and so forth. But we know what it was for the most part. But let me bring something out. All right. And you know, and I want brothers and sisters, you know, to amen. In these perilous times, you don't have time to be in contentions with other brothers and sisters. The only thing that you have to do is move by the Spirit of the Lord when it comes down to defending the gospel, and when it comes down to standing for righteousness and dealing with things in the matters of what is expedient. You see what I'm saying? Because what is expedient is what's going to be showing forth of results. You see what I'm saying? And those results is the matters of what will be of being fruitful. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it stands at and everything. So in the book of Psalms 140, because I was meditating on that. You know what I'm saying? Just meditating on it, and it just was coming to me. But what I can say for the most part is say Psalms 140 and verse 12. It says, I know that the Lord will maintain the cause of the afflicted and the right of the poor. All right. And remember, in Matthew chapter 5, it states, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Why? Because they're excuse me, Salakia. The poor in spirit, right? Because they're representing, you know, they representing on what it means to lean onto kingdom principles. They're not serving two masters. You know what I'm saying? They're not serving the master of the flesh. They're serving the master of that of the spirit. You see what I'm saying? And Yahweh Shah speaks about these things in Matthew chapter 6 when he talks about serving two masters. And you know, he talks about the you have to serve one and you gotta despise the other. You can't serve God and mammon. And we know that mammon, it goes with like worldly possessions and like money and stuff. Because why? Because these are things that are of necessities and so forth, and what we need every day. So if you even read, which I will break down, you know, Lord's willing, you know, I'll break that all down so it can be a clear understanding on what Matthew chapter 6 is primarily talking about, because it's of inner man's perspective on of helping you as a soul to be converted through the laws of God from a spiritual place. You see what I'm saying? From a supernatural place where what is of the heavens can be activated in your life. And the state of worriness, which is connected to mammon, because when these things are not accessible in your life, which I have had myself to be guilty of throughout the timing, you see what I'm saying? And I make that known, it will cause you to be in a worry state, and that is something that the Lord does not want us to be in. He do not want us to be in a worry state, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, he wants us to I'm gonna talk about it in that time and when that video comes. But this is what I'm primarily speaking about. All right, is mainly on. I know that the Lord will maintain the cause of the afflicted. You see, the afflicted, those who are being persecuted, those who are being despised, those who are being rejected, those who are in a place as in, yo, you a brother and you this and that and the third, and then something comes about out of an opinion, and now, oh, you a wicked nigga, or you this and you that, and you wicked and you this and that and the third, and it's everything in the book, but not realizing like, yo, are you seeing how Satan is moving? And Satan don't always move through others who you perceive that you have in your mind as being wicked. Satan can also use you. And if you're not aware of Satan's tactics and how he operates, and if you think to yourself that he can't get to you or have a moment in using you, then you sadly mistaken. This is why the disciples came out inside 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. He said, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. You see what I'm saying? These are things to perceive, meaning the disciples, meaning the apostles, have had moments where the enemy was using them. And one a disciple or apostle that was primarily in that position, that in the beginning as a disciple who was being used by the enemy, was Peter. Peter was being used by the enemy, and Yahushua had rebuked. You know what I'm saying? Yahushua came out and said to him, playing again unto Peter, get thee hence behind me, Satan. You see, but was he calling Peter a devil or anything? No, he was speaking unto that spirit that was influencing Peter's mind at the moment. You see? That's why I love the fact that, you know, the brother Quam and Shalamai, they did a video talking about spiritual warfare, because that in itself is of a spiritual life lesson. All right. And that's not nothing to be thrown like a low blow or anything like that. That's something to perceive where the spirit is moving at, to help brothers to be aware. You see what I'm saying? To be aware of what's going on. Like when you reading brothers' titles and you seeing what's going on, it's like, why did this brother have that title to be brought out? Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to see it's not by them alone. You know what I'm saying? It's not them alone. It's something through the spirit that got them in a place and where they at in that estate. You know what I'm saying? To bring forth what the spirit of the Lord is having them to be driven by. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, with that being said, let me go further within this. And he states in Psalms 140 in verse 12, he says, I know that the Lord, talking about Yahweh Shai, will maintain the cause of the afflicted and the right of the poor. Now, the reason why I'm stating this is because we know that Exodus 14:14 it say the Lord shall fight for you and ye shall hold your peace, right? But then also it states in the scriptures how the Lord is near and dear unto the brokenhearted and those who have a contrite spirit. Now, brothers may come on here and smile, such as myself, right? And may come on here and bring out a message to do the works and labor and everything. And brothers don't know what brothers can be going through behind closed scenes. You see what I'm saying? That's why if it's anything that I will speak or say, even if it's like an opinion that I may have about another brother or whatever else, if it's not facts, I'm not going to jump on that. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't want my speech to be perverse. I don't want my speech to be contradicting. You see what I'm saying? Because you know a speech that's contradicting, because when a person speaks and then you jump off to one of their videos like later on, or shall I say previously, and then it's like, well, hold on, they were saying this and saying this, now they saying this and saying that. Hold on, they were saying this and saying this, now they saying this and saying that. Now granted, you got some people who's showing that they're growing in the faith, which they will make it known in the video as far as themselves, like, yo, before I thought this and that and the third, but now I'm seeing through the spirit, this is what things are about, which is showing evidently that everybody has their own walk in this faith when it comes down to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You see, but for the most part, it's the Lord that's doing the correcting. It's the Lord that's establishing the peace within our hearts when we're allowing him to sit on the seat of our souls. You see what I'm saying? And him sitting on the seat of our souls is keeping us in the estate of being merged one with that inner man, where we are delighting ourselves in the law of the Lord, which keeps us in the what? In the will of God. And what keeps us in the will of the will of God is the spirit, because the law is spiritual. And knowing that the law is spiritual, the law itself is what converts the soul, because the testimony of the Lord is sure, as it is written. You see? So that is showing forth of the peace of the Lord being established within your inward parts inside your hearts. You see? You know? So ultimately, you never know what a brother can be going through. Even brothers that may got situations going on. You may feel like your situation is the worst and may not even know about a brother's situation. You don't know if that brother can be shedding tears heavy behind closed doors. And you may see this one person and being like, yo, this person shedding tears and everything, but not realizing this person over here shedding tears. This person's shedding tears at an angle from this perspective and this perspective. But this person don't nearly have what this person has to deal with and what they got going on behind closed doors. It's like, if you don't know somebody's story, you can't speak on about what they got, you know what I'm saying? Or even have in your mind on what is what about them. You see what I'm saying? See, the peace of the Lord will cause you to dwell within yourself, you know, from a place of reflecting. Like the scriptures state in Haggai chapter 1 and verse 7, it say, thus saith the Lord of hosts, be considerate of thy ways. Like, put yourself in other shoes. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is why I have in myself. And I said it from the beginning. I'm not going to come around and be like, oh, you niggas this, you niggas that. I'm not going to buy none of that. Because I broke bread with y'all on Passover. You ain't going, you know what I'm saying? Even with Anaya and the word from Mississippi, even though, you know what I mean, the whole Sakari thing, everything else that been going on, you ain't going to have me, like, you understand what I'm saying? I can speak about my opinions and this and that and the third, but what is expedient is what the Lord is requiring for me to do. Because that's what's going to gather, you know, the innumerable multitude. Because it is him that's drawing them in. Like the scriptures say, it is the Father that draws you into Yahushua. So when Yahushua is sitting on the seat of your soul, you see in the picture? That's where the light begin to shine. That's where wisdom begin to flourish. That's where wisdom begin to show forth. Where many are begin to see it throughout your countenance. You see what I'm saying? And this is real. You know? So the Lord see the afflictions. That's why I always have myself to be careful on when I'm speaking on a brother's matters. And to never examine the situation from one angle and then trying to go on the forefront and then be like, yo, you some wicked niggas. And you this and you that and blah, 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 blah. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I broke bread with you. I broke bread with you, brothers. And regardless of where y'all stand at, I'm not going, I refuse. I refuse. Because at the end of the day, I let the Spirit of the Lord do what he's going to do. This, you know what I mean? Sometimes I learn in life, you got to let go and you got to let God. I learned in life at times, you got to know when Yahweh Shem Yahushua is really allowing certain things to happen in order to expose what we really carry on our hearts towards each other. Or what we really have towards our own selves. You see what I'm saying? And this is the truth. Let me go further. Psalms 140 and verse 13. All right. It say, surely the righteous, all right, surely, Slaki, the righteous shall give thanks unto thy name. The upright shall dwell in thy presence. Come on, man. That's all that right there is Psalms chapter 91, which is revealing how the Lord is the one that's going to straighten everything out. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that's going to straighten everything out. You know, many who are waking up, you know, they can perceive and they can see. They can see the real. They can see what is what. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I'm being real. You see what I'm saying? All right. So my main scripture I want to bring out is Isaiah 61 and verse 3. It said, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, because we know this is dealing with about the spirit of the Lord coming upon me. You know what I'm saying? To preach the good tidings. You see what I'm saying? New covenant. You see what I'm saying? That Isaiah 61. All right. And yeah, the spirit of the Lord coming upon me. That's in verse 1. But going to verse 3, because this is where I really want to stand at. To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes. You see what I'm saying? The oil of joy for mourning. The garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. And I want you to hold that. I want y'all to, those who are hearing this, I want y'all to hold on to that, right? The garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, all right? That they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, meaning the planting of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that he might be glorified. See, these things are what is evident of the fruits of the spirit. All right. When it talks about the planting of the Lord, the things that are on that good ground and the things that are being established within. You see what I'm saying? But then it's going into it too when it said that they might be called trees of righteousness. Trees of righteousness. Remember, the Lord said how a wicked tree cannot produce good fruit, and a good tree cannot produce wicked fruits. You see the picture? So when you look at this, he said that they might be called trees of righteousness, meaning out of your works, out of everything that you do, out of everything that is of who you are. You see what I'm saying? He's saying the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. That spirit of heaviness, it goes into those persecutions. It goes into how can I put it up? It goes into the afflictions. It goes into all of those things that the Lord already made known in Matthew chapter 5 unto the elect. And it was already made known if they had done it unto him, right? What makes you to believe, right, that they wouldn't do it unto us? You see what I'm saying? And I love the brothers, you know, from Illinois. They did the brother did a video last night that was talking about the matters, you know, of the enemy and knowing the enemy. Like if you don't know the enemy and where he primarily stands at when it comes to you, and you too focus on how the enemy is when it comes to others, you're gonna miss out on what the enemy is trying to do through you to sow discords or to do things that will line up to causing divisions. You see what I'm saying? Because ultimately, you know, when it comes down to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and y'all already know this, he's gathering the flock. You see what I'm saying? So, hey man, you know what I'm saying? So the main point is that, you know, the oil of joy for mourning, that oil, we already know that's that understanding. You see what I'm saying? That wisdom. You see what I'm saying? And it's all in the place of helping one to shed off the old man. Because you know, a lot of people they looking to become that new man, that new creature in Hamashiach, and it's hard for them to shed off that old man because of that one snare or that one thing that they carry on that is of an addiction, or that they have that as a crutch within their lives, because they have nothing that is feeding them at the moment to give them the confidence in the Lord to overcome. That's that I can do all things through Hamashiach who strengthens me. So my point and where I stand at in all of this, all right, just to make things brief and short. All right, and I seen 441. All right. Um, my point in all this for Akim and Akwathium, who bear witness to this, you know what I'm saying? I'm not in a place, and y'all can see the videos. It's plain and clear. Everything that been said about me, cool. That's your opinions. But if you look at my videos and what has been said, and to testify, and it's on there, it's like it don't match up to what y'all said about me. It don't. So, for the most part, that's me just blowing the smoke out of the atmosphere, and just making it known, like, I don't hate y'all, and I have it within myself to be at peace, with the situation. And the same thing, like, with Nariah, to be at peace with that whole situation with him. Like I said, brothers don't know what was what, and not only just that, what brothers have going on within their lives personally. You see what I'm saying? Like, you may see this brother got something personally, but don't see that I got something going on personally. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of other things that's all revolving around those matters that the Lord knows. You know what I'm saying? And at first I used to look at myself like, damn, this and that and the third, and blah, 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 blah. But for the most part, when it comes down and that brother already knows personally, whenever he had himself to connect with me, he knows what is what and what I was able to do on my behalf. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta, you gotta keep it real. You can't, it's just things that people got to understand. There is a difference between a boy and a man. And I had to learn, things as time goes on. As a man, there are certain things that a man has to do, and what he does, and where it stands at as far as ministry wise. And he has to stand on that, because before anybody comes in the picture, the Lord is the one who has established what was what in his lot before anybody else came in the picture. So it's like, when you already got something going on, and it seems like, yo, I'm not getting no help over here, I'm not getting no help over here, and this person I try to reach, and this person, it was nothing that they can do, or this and that and the third, I may felt some type of way, but I looked at it like, damn, let me reflect, because this person, they could not help me at the very moment. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't help me at the very moment, because they had some things that they got going on, meaning brothers got things that they got going on. You see what I'm saying? And for the most part, if somebody can help somebody, and it's expedient, you shouldn't make it I'm gonna put it like this. We have all been called to peace. You see what I'm saying? And not to grievousness. Though this walk can be grievous, but the walk itself, because of the things that are dealing with the matters of shedding off the old man and becoming a new creature in Hamashiach. You see? When you becoming a new creature in Hamashiach, that's all in place of trusting in the Lord and doing good. Meaning you having what is of the peace of the Lord, all right, to surpass all understandings within self, when it comes down to what was of that leaven within your soul. You see what I'm saying? So letting the peace of Hamashiach Yahushua dwell richly in you. You see what I'm saying? So, hey, I just have it with you brothers. I'm at peace. Y'all may spoke about me and all that is okay. You know what I'm saying? I forgive y'all brothers. And I'm letting it be known to all of y'all, that's watching this. I love those brothers. You know what I'm saying? When I first met those brothers, you know what I'm saying? It was like arms was open, you know what I'm saying? And I embrace those brothers, and they know that. But, it's just like, hey man, some things you just got to take in prayer about, and really, really think things through, where it's like, okay, Lord, where do I stand at in all of this? You know what I'm saying? Because some things are not expedient when it comes down to putting out a message. Some messages have to be put out in order to, some messages are put out to keep balance. You know what I'm saying? But if it's something that's put out there to be like a vainglory, then it's like, let me really think this through. Was this worth it? And then it's like, damn, it really wasn't. You see what I'm saying? But in this emphasis, like at this moment, is worth it in me speaking, because it's helping me to show forth what I got on my heart for you brothers. You see what I'm saying? And hey man, I know when Ananiah he put on there, he said for me, after his message when he had said, he basically in a way, I guess like he took it like I'm trying to say he smoked weed. So it's like I'm bearing false witness. And it's like, no, I never said that you smoke weed. Never said that. I just stated on the video why I don't. So I'm basically for ministry's sake motivating other brothers to not smoke weed. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what's wrong with that? You feel me? And gave my key points on how I was able to overcome it, because I was a major pothead. You know what I'm saying? I used to pop pills. Come on, man. And plus, you gotta think, when you're a product of your environment, just let me tell you this. If you go on YouTube and you type in Philadelphia, Kensington, and they call it Fiend Land, like Zombie Land, Philadelphia Zombie Land, it's gonna take you straight to Kensington. That's my hood. That's my hood. All right. So you know what I mean? I could have had myself to be shooting up dope. I could have been doing different things, but I seen how our people was destroying themselves. Even the ones that was smoking weed, I watched how they were destroying themselves. You see what I'm saying? I watched how they would steal, kill, and rob each other. Why? Because a lot of this stuff people don't even realize. Them strands inside the marijuana, some of that stuff be laced with a low dosage of fentanyl. And some don't even know that. And that's why they having these urges, like these type of addictions. Because in the natural, you see it as in like, oh, it's just something that's normal. I want some weed. But in the supernatural, that's a spirit. You see what I'm saying? And these are things that help me to navigate in life. And I used to say to myself, like, damn, Lord, I grew up around here and I'm still around here. And I understand, because you can find wisdom in some of the darkest places. You can find wisdom in some of the most places that you will be like, yo, like, I feel ashamed to even be around here. And I'm gonna keep it real. I used to feel ashamed to even want to pronounce where I'm from. I used to pronounce I used to pronounce I used to pronounce my cousins in them neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Though I grew up around there, but I used to pronounce their neighborhood as in like, yeah, I'm from 258, 25th and Allegheny. You know what I'm saying? Though I grew up around there, but I was primarily from Kensington. You see what I'm saying? So it was kind of like northeast, northeast, northeast down Frankfurt and going down 25th and Allegheny, you know what I'm saying? But down mainly Kensington. You see what I'm saying? I graduated from high school, went to elementary school, middle school for a little bit, left from there, came back down to Kensington and got into high school. You know what I'm saying? It's like these are things that I've grown to, you know what I'm saying, to see what goes on in my hood, man, in the trenches. So it made me and I come out here and preach in the trenches. And y'all see it on videos, brothers and sisters that be coming up to me, talking to me. Why? Because they feel that energy from me. That's like damn, that's crazy. Like how he is, and it seems like he's comfortable around here. And the only reason why he's comfortable around here because he's from around here. That's the only reason, because most people who do come around here, they be afraid, and that's true. Anybody that come down to Kensington, they always on their P's and Q's. Because they mindset be in a place like, yo, either I'm going to get robbed, either I'm going to get shot or stabbed, or either something's going to happen. And that happens. It happens. Not saying that it don't happen anywhere else, but it happens. Oh, it happens. So the point I'm trying to say is that it's like, well, damn, why this person so comfortable? It was a point even on the videos where somebody was sharpening up a damn machete behind me. And I still was bringing out the word. I could have been in constant fear, but didn't fear at all. Zoned out. Thus said Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Preaching repentance. Preaching freedom unto the captives. Came from a place of understanding and love. Whether they receive it or not. I love my people. You know what I'm saying? You come to Philly, come inside my neighborhood, you'll see where it's at. You'll be like, oh shoot. Come in a spot where we be bringing it out at. Come in that spot. You will see what I'm talking about. It ain't nothing like the mother spots. It ain't like the spots where we was at down Mississippi when we was bringing it out. It wasn't like that. Mm-mm. Come around here. You'll understand why you see UPK be posted up the way they be posted up, looking the way they looking. You will understand that. You see what I'm saying? And this is real. So, hey man, everybody got a story. But for the most part, where I stand at, I'm not going to sit there and jump on this video and talk about you brothers. I love you brothers. Ain't no hate on my heart towards you brothers. Y'all called me wicked. Y'all called me this. Y'all called me that. Y'all called me every name in the book. Y'all said everything. But that's cool. You know why? Because this is for the Lord's glory. So if that's your personal opinion about me, cool. That's fine. So I don't want them to be like, oh, he in his motions. None of that. No, it ain't that at all. You know what I'm saying? Shalawam, Bishop Mel, Shalawam, Kola Yabashim Yawashabashim Rakak Wadash Barakatah. Shalawam. Shalawam, wisdom. Bring it out. That's right. That's that inner man knowledge, man. That's that inner man knowledge, man. You know? And it's just being able to perceive and see things, man. You know, sometimes I learned, like, even when a thought come to me in my mind about a brother, sometimes you gotta rebuke that, because sometimes that can be the enemy trying to stir up division. And sometimes you gotta think, if somebody allowed the enemy to get to them in their mind, and every move that they make is about assassinating the brother's character or this and that and the third, them ways that end up coming off on you if you don't rebuke those ways. It's like that old expression when they say birds of a feather, they flock together. So you know what I'm saying? You know, birds of a feather, they flock together. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, just look at the evidence of things that I did. You know what I'm saying? Even with the Passover video. Come on, man. It's things that I can speak on that, but I'm not going, you know what I mean, say much. But what I can say for the most part, you know what I'm saying? Everything that I do on the behalf was for ministry's sake when it comes down to being a minister of the new covenant. So knowing that the evidence of where I stand at and things, you know what I'm saying? It's like, well, damn, we see this as evident. But damn, this is what I heard about this brother. But I heard it, but I went by it, and because I believed it, but I didn't go behind it to see what can be of what is what. Because I know when I met the brother, it was this and that and the third. And it's real. Any brother that knows me, they know, like, yo, man, the brother of war, like, hey, man, it's pretty, hey, man, it's solidified. But, hey, man, all I can say is just, just be mindful, man. Just be mindful. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. What I'm doing at this moment, I'm praising him. Praising Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah. Not to be like, oh yeah, to put y'all down. No, I'm going to praise him. You see? That's right. The Passover was dysfunctional on cam. You see? Like, it wasn't like of order, like how it should be. And then you got to think about it, honestly, a lot of those brothers didn't even make it within ourselves to even be like, yo, we're going to sit down, we're going to build a lesson. That wasn't something that was orchestrated. Like, hey, what we going to talk about? And, this is how we going to do it. We got these precepts and these precepts. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't none of that. It was just, oh, we going to go out there and just, you know what I'm saying? And I learned, when you coming into this truth, yeah, the spirit of the Lord moves, but things had to be done with decency and order. You know what I'm saying? Because especially if you don't know somebody. Because if not, it'd be a lot of cutting in between when a brother talk. Just like, the timing with the brother Nariah when he was up here. You know what I'm saying? And we was out there with, and y'all see that on the Fire in the Highways page. And he just kept cutting me off. You know what I'm saying? But if you look on that video and you watch it, and it's like, I ain't come and be like, yo, why you building on another man's platform? I ain't even say none of that. I just smiled. You know what I'm saying? I just smiled. At first, I got a little irritated a little bit, because of certain things. And then I was just like, because I felt like, come on, man, like, I'm not even finished what I'm trying to say. And not only just that, I wasn't even long-winded. I ain't even finished what I had to say, let alone to break down the scripture. You know what I'm saying? It was just different things like that. It was just out of order at that very moment. And you can see it. But for the most part, the message still came out clear. You know what I'm saying? On what was what. You know what I mean? But for the most part, when you look at it, it's like, when I went, you know, the when the Lord put it in my spirit to be at peace, I had myself to smile, and I was just like, and I smiled. You see what I'm saying? I just smiled because, you know, some things I learned when the scriptures say in Exodus 14:14 again, the Lord shall fight for you and ye shall hold your peace. To hold your peace is to be in the spirit. If something don't make sense or something just sound off or something is of confusion, that's Satan, man. That's Hashatan. So it's not saying like, oh, you wicked, you this and you that, and da, 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 da. It's just something at the moment or some way or somehow something crept in to cause this, to cause that, to get to this, to get to that, to cause this, to cause that. That takes some, you see what I'm saying? And if you allow confusion to get the best of you, then that's just showing forth of Hashatan using you. Because the enemy comes to do what? To steal, kill, and destroy. Didn't the Lord say he come to give life and more abundantly? Come on, man. Come on, man. And that's where, everything is primarily at. So, just having things to be more solidified, and I know I was speaking long, but I had, I just had to speak on this. And I watched the brother's whole video. I watched a whole video, not to be in a place to be like, I watched a whole video, not so much. Yeah, I was bothered. I ain't gonna hold you. I was bothered. I was bothered. And, and I watched the brother's whole video and I was bothered because I was shocked. I was just like, they said about me? Yo, these brothers out. I called them the twins, man. Like, real talk. But, I'm like, damn, if that's what y'all felt and that's an opinion, all right, cool. If y'all think that, hey, all right, I'm lost respect for you because of this situation with Nariah, it's like, yo, you don't even know the story. I talked to Ananiah. I talked to Awar. Y'all don't know the story. Y'all could have talked to me. You see what I'm saying? To get the whole picture. Where maybe, see, the brother wasn't able to hear what I had to say, which is proven because he still remained the way he wanted to remain. Where it could have been possibly y'all could have talked to him. Because at the end of the day, he's a man and I'm a man. But for the most part, it's like, well, which one is really trying to mean peace? Who's really trying to mean peace? I'm not jumping on videos and talking his name or sharing his video and saying, look what he this and he that, this and that and the third and blah, 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 blah. I'm not doing none of those things. Haven't from the beginning. Even when things have happened where I was like, yo, that's not cool. That's not right. Still was conducting myself with brotherly love. You see? Knowing that I have my own problems. And a war and Ananiah knows. Oh, they know. And they only got a glimpse of one thing. And then there was many other things that they don't know about. Which I did give them one clip of it in the beginning and then gave them even more and throughout the talk. You see what I'm saying? And I know deep down inside, out of the faith, the Lord is allowing these things to happen because it's like, to me, it's like a test of faith. You know what I'm saying? It's like a test of faith. It's like with Job. You know what I'm saying? Job had friends that was basically like, yo, the only reason why this is happening to you and that happening to you because you done something wicked. No. You know what I'm saying? Look at that, man. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Fiend coming up. Excuse my lady, I don't want to say fiend, but, coming up trying to sell me candy. They see me in a car trying to sell some candy to get their next hit. Come on, man. Like, real talk. Like, the woman just walked up to the car and said, and showing the Kit Kat and something else, and got a whole bag next to her, looking damn near high, and talking about some candy for sale. Come on, man. Come on, man. Trying to tell you, man. Wisdom will show you some things. So, I'm not trying to be in a place of being like a man pleaser. But like I said from the beginning, you know what I'm saying? It's clear the smoke out of the atmosphere and to show forth to you brothers. I'm still at peace with y'all. If you brothers call me and just be like a war or this and that and the third, or I still, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't hate you brothers. You brothers may say what y'all look, I don't hate you if you call my phone. Like real talk, if y'all call my phone, you feel me? Like, I don't hate y'all. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all take my answer for what it is, and y'all lay that to heart, and take on account based upon what y'all have gathered in y'all relationship with me personally, because y'all never offended me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all never offended me at all, even when I met y'all. But at this instant, what y'all said out your mouth, it was like, well, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what? Cool. It's all right. It's all right. You know what I mean? And y'all know, like I know, even from a point where I said with y'all, and what was what? With what I said that I had for y'all, that's still gonna be for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be like, man, they talked about it. I ain't doing that for no, man, nah. I'm still gonna look. I still gonna, I mean, still, hey man, still gonna give it to y'all, man. Why? Because at the end of the day, sometimes I learn in life, sometimes we can do certain things, say certain things, and not be mindful of it, nor really search things out in order to get clarity. You see what I'm saying? In order to get a better perspective on things. You know what I'm saying? So that we can be able to weigh the situation out and be balanced. You know what I mean? Because overall, the Lord, you know what I'm saying, when you being at peace with all men, it is coming from a perspective of you balancing out matters according to the glory of Yahweh Shem Shah. Not our glory, but his glory. And that's where I'm primarily, standing at in all of these things. You know what I'm saying? So, overall, Yahweh Shem Shah, he knows what's best. And, for the most part, I know you brothers, you said for me to repent, but I'm looking at it like, you know, I don't see, and I'm not looking at myself in any shape or form like I'm all this and that and the third, but I'm looking at it like right is right, wrong is wrong. And it's just like, if I'm wrong at it or something, I'll make it known. Even if I offend the brother, I'll make it known like, okay, if you felt offended by that, cool. You know what I'm saying? We can deal with things like this and like that. You know what I mean? Certain situations, even when it come to people, if it's a disagreement at a moment with them, sometimes you gotta let go and let God. Sometimes you gotta let those situations be, because it's just like a Paul and Barnabas situation, or Peter and Peter and Paul situation. Like, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, you know what I'm saying? Even Peter and Paul, when they had something going on, what did Peter state at the end in his letters? He said, the beloved brother Paul. You see what I'm saying? At one point, they wasn't understanding each other. You see what I'm saying? It's just things that people got to understand. Then you got to understand too this. There is a big difference in the age gap between me and that brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand these principles as far as like, there was, and then on top of that, we're not from the same city. Like, there is things that I have been groomed up as a man, you know what I'm saying, to hold firm to, even by me growing in these scriptures and growing, that this brother is not, he's not, he ain't able to walk in my shoes on that. And I'm not saying that to put myself above him. I'm just putting it in a place as in like, it's more so as in like, this brother got his lot and I got my lot. So it's like, just like Peter and Paul, they got their lot. You see what I'm saying? Paul and Barnabas, they got their lot. You see what I'm saying? It's like, well, damn, why is it that Paul, he's always, you see what I'm saying? For the most part, it's for the glory of the Lord. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, with all of this speech and talking and, oh, you wicked or this and that third, Ain't even called for it. Ain't even called for it. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna say, I ain't gonna speak on matters against y'all on those matters. I'm gonna just keep doing what the Lord is requiring for me to do. Ananiah got my number. Awara got my number. If those brothers call me up today or tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? They know off of the back, as men, we can talk. You see what I'm saying? And even from the videos that I had, ain't none of them was in a place of being like, oh yeah, you know, like I said about Ananias, oh, this do this do that, da 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 da. I just stated I'm in a disagreement to what he had said, and I'm making that known, you know, but I'm gonna explain why. And I explained it. And then from there, these guys who's coming at them because of what they said, how can they talk crap when they try to hide a video and try to sweep it under the rug of them jumping a man, when what they did was way worse than what Ananias and the Word said at their mouths? You see what I'm saying? That's what I looked at it as. You know, that was my point of view. And then from there, it's like, because of that, you know what I mean? I got kicked out of the group. So it's like, all right, cool. If it's like, well, yo, you didn't talk to me. Talked about what? I don't, no matter what, I don't stand in agreement in that, because I watched too many things that have been taking place in my life, and I stated what I stated. So basically, it's like, it's no hatred. It's just standing on what is expedient. You know what I'm saying? And not only just that, but being blameless in the ministry. You know what I'm saying? On the behalf of where Yahweh Shem Yahweh stands at. Because you got those who make up the tabernacle of David, who don't even smoke weed at all. And when they got with GMS or anybody else and they stopped doing it, and they connection are growing off of them. And now that they get those understandings on not doing that, and then these people who are of the tabernacle of David, now something is being said to them as in like it's okay. They like, hold on, wait a minute, that's off. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh no. That's not no leaven of the Pharisees. You see what I'm saying? When you really look at the leaven of the Pharisees, it's the things that turns you away from Yahweh Shah. It turns you away from Yahweh Shah emotionally, mentally, physically, ultimately, spiritually. These are very, very important. So when this brother has he's able to deal with things on a different way from the next brother when it comes to ministry. You know what I'm saying? And this brother is different from this brother, but the way how they deal with it isn't in unison. This brother talking about the inner man. This brother talking about how to get your body right and cleansing it on a physical aspect. This brother is talking about this. This brother, you saying all things that's pertaining to righteousness. Where's the war in that? That's where it comes in at, where it's like when you sit back and you meditate on something and you think. That's why I always say, brothers don't know brothers. Brothers don't know brothers. When you get around a brother, you want to see like what is what with them. Is this person in a place of potentially crossing me over? Is this person like this? Is this person like that? Is this, you know what I'm saying? You just got to see these things. You know what I'm saying? And for far too long, and even amongst Israel, there are things that has been displayed out about the ministers of the new covenant, where it's like somebody got to speak up and be like, all right, no, we ain't tolerating this and we ain't tolerating that. No, we ain't about this and we ain't about that. I had to state that. You know what I'm saying? And make that known. Because at the end of the day, somebody called me a dope head. I ain't no damn dope head. I used to smoke weed, but I don't smoke no weed no more. And my last time smoking weed was 2009. I stated that on the video. So long story short, y'all can see from all the videos that I did and where I was coming from out of all those videos and what those brothers had stated, whereas like, I never said that again. I never stated that the brothers from Fort Worth, of them, how can I say it? I never stated that they had how can I put it? I never stated that they was rejoicing over or them, or either Ananias War or any of them rejoicing over Daniela's death. You got to see this through the spirit and what was what and what was coming about. Y'all didn't see it through the spirit because y'all didn't see me as a brother, as in like seeing how this brother moved. This brother, and I remember the brother when he had said, yo, you be going in about the inner man and you this and you that. You be dead on with the inner man. You see what I'm saying? The brother said that to me, which gave me the indication like, yo, the brother he's feeding off of thus said the Lord through me, where he's getting my testimonies. He's getting my life story. He's getting everything that I had, that I've been growing in the scriptures, that I can personally vouch for on the behalf that we serve a true living God and he exists. You see what I'm saying? Like knowing God for yourself, knowing Yahweh Shah for yourself and not so much through others, trying to live vicariously through them, which eventually will cause you to be a man pleaser. And this is the truth. You know, so, you know, ultimately any brothers seeing this video, you know, I just wanted, like I said, blow the smoke out of the air. And everything the brothers from Fort Worth, they were saying about me, like, look, man, it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I just stand in a place as in like, yo, man, that's not me. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure brothers and sisters see that, but I'm just saying this for them. You know what I mean? I'm making this known to them because of what has been stated publicly about what they have as in me. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, cool, but I'm going to clear the smoke and bring the evidence where brothers and sisters can see it. And go on the videos. Go on the videos. Just go on the videos. Even a weed video. Go in there. Go in the description box. It's on there. Read. You will see. Even go through the whole video. You will see. Come on, man. So because I don't stand in agreement to what has been said, now I'm wicked? Come on, man. I ain't even say that Awar and Ananias, they some wicked ass niggas or this and that. I ain't say none of that. I ain't say none of that. But all them other guys, they have. And them guys that's of GMS that been speaking up against Awar and Ananias, they have. They've been going up against them and calling them wicked and everything else. Real talk. But what I brought out was like, yeah, I don't stand in agreement to what they said, but look at this. These people who are affiliated with GMS, with y'all, I bet y'all ain't even know that they had trying to sweep under the rug about them jumping somebody and it's on cam. And they try to throw the video away. You see what I'm saying? Like, really think about that. So it's like, well, where's your videos about that? Oh, y'all ain't talking about that, what they did. You see? You see what I'm saying? The hypocrisy that goes on. So that's why I just say, hey, man, just, damn, man. What can I say? So, hey, man, this is where I stand at and everything. I love y'all. Y'all stay up and stay blessed. Call her Lord, Abba Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shah, Bashim Rakakwadash, Barakathum, Shalawam to the Akim and Akwathium who have been on this video and they have been watching. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you know, this message is primarily for the brothers a spiritual life lesson from Fort Worth, because I seen their video. But any brother, you know what I'm saying, from spiritual life lesson that may spoke and brought my name up, which I'm not sure of because I be focused on things that I got going on in my life, is certain things. Whereas like I gotta do what I gotta do. But at the same time, I know that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai with me and he's gonna take care of everything. Not just for me, but for every brother that's being diligent in the Lord to the best of their abilities, and they going through these same type of struggles or either worse. Like the Lord's gonna make a way. Like real talk. He don't have us going through what we going through for no reason. Every brother got their own lot. Not every brother can handle what the next brother can, you know, is going through, you know, but the most part is like, yo, why is the Lord allowing us to go through this? Why is the Lord allowing this to happen? Why is the Lord not allowing this to happen? Like, you know, these are things that I think about before I even look at the next brother, because it's the Lord's will and it's his way. You see what I'm saying? Wisdom. That's inner man knowledge. So love y'all and truly mean that. Stay up and stay blessed. Shalom to you, Akim and Akwathim. Shalom and Barakatah.